We are here with Q&A for the day. Today is 4/20/17. It's the National Stoners holiday. We don't know anything about that, but we just know that that is the whatever's for whatever. There's shops around here where you can buy things to do stuff with. So we were absent last week. I don't remember why. I think it was because there was a bunch of mumbo jumbo going on around the shop.
We got in the middle of a new install video. And
oh yeah.
Both of us didn't realize it.
It was Thursday.
Past 3 o'clock, and it was Thursday.
Which today's Thursday, and it's a huge week because it is UCC week. So good luck to everybody that is competing in UCC. All of our buddies are going to be there, and it is going to be an awesome event for everybody. A lot of stuff, man. It's going to get a lot of records and stuff are going to get broken. I think it's just going to be a really, really awesome time. Mm-hmm. So good luck to everybody for that. Safe travels to everybody that's coming in. Hope Lenny Reed remembers that the event is in Indianapolis because as of last night he was in not Indiana. So there we are. That's it. What did we train about today in training? Well, Adam, that's funny that you asked.
Wait,
today,
what did we train about this morning?
You know, we didn't really train about a whole lot. We went over some sales numbers. We talked about some shipping logistics things. Thursday trainings are just as much technical as they are facility for us, just to, reminder sometimes of things of do's and don'ts. So, yeah, that's it. With that, let's roll into questions.
Well, when we get some questions, we'll roll right into them.
We won't be rolling into questions right now, Adam just informed me, so I'll some dead air. So a couple of videos we did this week, which are actually cool. We did a transmission pan video, just a product walkthrough, some of the engineering highlights of the walkthrough, some of the engineering highlights of ATS's transpans for the Dodges. So check that out. Hopefully that'll get published next week. We also did some electronic fuel regulators or boost fooler. We did a video about that today. Last week we did an OBS TS chip install, which was a really, really good video. We had a Virgin OBS truck that had never been touched, so we actually got to get our hands on a young one. That was a little creepy. What else did we do last week? Oh, we did a VP44 video.
Yeah, we did.
Comparison
we
of
the 2 year versus the 1 year. But probably the coolest thing we've done in a while has been that common rail video we did.
We built a little common rail sculpture out of some random common rail parts, and we just kind of hit on the high points on some common rail stuff. So
that video is actually on Facebook too. So if you're on our Facebook page watching this video, you can hit the little video tab over there and see that video. That's probably the most recent one that we've uploaded.
Mm-hmm. My wife, she killed a nice turkey on opening day of the 2017 spring turkey season. And then our owner, Dennis Craig, he was able to fill a tag last night. His son, Eli, was able to fill a tag, was it Sunday?
Can you tell the Eli story?
Eli is Dennis's son. Dennis is our owner.
Yeah, 10 years old.
10 years old, and he is also Adam's nephew, which is convenient. No, so Eli's he's 10, so he's young, so he's just really now getting into hunting. He's actually been hunting for 4 years now, really, but he's really starting to scratch the surface of being able to, shoot a gun on his own, and it's the whole evolution of Eli becoming a hunter, which is cool.
Running around with calls in his mouth, wearing us all crazy.
Right, yeah.
Break this year.
Because we're all, beating around on calls here in the shop and stuff too. So it's good for him. This year he was able to kill a gobbler. He's been working. He's been out 2 or 3 times. They hadn't had any luck, and he actually just walked up on a gobbler. Just right place, right time. I mean, long story short, Eli knocked him down. So 20 gauge Weatherby, little guy's got it going on. So he's definitely killing him. It's a monster. It was actually bigger than my wife's turkey. My wife killed a nice turkey. His was a little bit bigger, 12-inch beard, 1.5" spurs, 3 or 4 year old bird. So it was a big one. So he's riding everybody pretty hard about that.
All right, we have one question.
We got a question.
Does Duramax make a quick drain, and if so, is it worth it?
Does Duramax make a quick drain, and if so, is it worth it? Well, I don't know if that's like a drain in the tank or talking about a drain for the filter. A lot of different things that could be going on there. If you want to put your if you need to drain your tank, let's just say you're trying to drain your tank as fast as you possibly can, you could totally take your fuel filter off. Oil. Yes, the Fumoto drain valve. We do not carry one. They are a very good product, and you can get them just about anywhere. Probably we need to carry them too. So, Fumoto drain valve.
Do you have your phone turned on?
I will turn my phone on now. If you'd like to call us, please give us a call, 859-355-9002. Call us with your questions about your diesel, or if you're at UCC drinking any cold beverages and you would like to talk to us, please call us today. If you want to pick on my shirt or my haircut or my accent, you can totally call and do that if you'd like to as well.
All right, next question. I have an 06 Cummins. It has a 5-inch exhaust and SB cold air intake and a Sinister intake horn. What modifications would you recommend next, and which parts do you recommend?
So tuner and everything, a CP3 upgrade is huge. You're going to get so much capability out of your tuning if you do a CP3 upgrade, because there's always.
He doesn't say that he has tuning, but I'm going to.
Sure, he does. Yeah. Lift pump as well. Lift pump or CP3 upgrade. Lift pump before you do a CP3 upgrade. So let's say lift pump. Forget everything I said, and lift pump is my answer. Lift pump is going to get you the most out of your tunes, lead you into being able to put a CP3 on the truck that's going to get you even more out of your tunes, and then you're going to be awesome. PK's calling me. PK, if you're watching Q&A with Wade right now, I'm sorry, I can't answer the phone, but I will call you back. My buddy PK. I hope he made it home. He was having a flat tire issue yesterday.
If you had to buy a diesel with around 2,500,000 miles on it.
2,500,000?
Sorry. 250,000 miles on it.
If I was going to buy a diesel with around 250,000 miles on it.
Sorry.
I got you.
What would you pick? These obviously being...
Trev's on what Trev's watching today. Good man. Trev's a good man.
Yeah.
What is it? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm sorry.
We'll try that again.
Was it a tire question?
No, it wasn't a tire question. If you had to buy a diesel with around 250,000 miles on it, what would you pick? These obviously being 05-ish.
So is anything. 250,000 miles.
I guess they're asking, if you got to buy a 250,000 mile truck, are you buying Ford, Chevy, or Dodge?
I'm a big proponent of being able to work on anything with a ball peen hammer, a 3/4 inch wrench, and a pair of vice grips. So obviously, if you've got to buy something that you can work on it on the side of the road and pretty much get up and running,
stop it.
It's PK. No, it's PK. I'm going with Cummins. It doesn't matter what platform that it is. Easy to work on for me. That's just a better fit for my lifestyle because I'm that guy. I'm the guy that's on the side of the road with all of the tools out, and I'm going to put an injector in on the side of the road. So that's for me.
Thomas, your whole comment didn't come through there, bud. You might want to check back and try to retype that again or something. You just got one letter coming through. John, I don't know if he's asking this off something you already said. So he said, so a lift pump alone will yield a power increase. That's a really good question. That
is a good question. A lift pump alone is going to yield you a power increase if you've got a tuning deficiency. If your truck is having trouble keeping up with actual and commanded fuel rail pressure, a lift pump is going to do a world of good for you to be able to make up that gap between the two. It's also going to put you in better filtration for your truck, so you're going to have less breakdowns. The air separation is actually going to get you a more efficient fuel for your burn. There is tons and tons of information on this, and we've talked about it tons and tons of times. Check out the website. We carry AirDog. We carry Fast. We also carry, I don't want to leave anybody out, BD's got an air separation system, or Fuel Lab. AFE's got one too. So all of those can accomplish that.
Let's break that down a little bit differently, because we get that a lot. Let's try to answer that differently.
We're going to break it down.
A lift pump alone does not add power. No power comes from a lift pump. Correct? Actual power, horsepower, is not added because of a lift pump. You're going to get a certain amount of additional horsepower because of the preparation that it does for fuel.
if you're using an air separation system.
So the efficiency, the lift pump itself, because of the efficiency that it creates with the fuel delivery system, is going to increase you marginally. Right. So the big
that's
power,
not even seat of the pants.
Yeah.
Now, and seat of the pants when if you've got a deficiency in something.
Right. So the big power comes from, the reason why I want to answer it this way, or I guess ask it this way, is because people get confused on this a lot because they go, well, it's just a pump. How does a pump add power? And that's why I'm wording it that way. The pump doesn't actually add power. However, if you are not, I don't know how to word it, if you're not utilizing all of the power your truck is capable of making, then the fuel pump can make up that, what you call it, a deficiency.
The deficiency.
Yeah.
The difference between your actual and commanded fuel rail pressure or what the truck is looking for. And kind of more on what Adam says, does the lift pump itself add power? Well, yes and no is what we're saying. Stand alone, if you use a fuel separation system, an air separation system, it is going to give you an increase in your fuel's efficiency, which thereby could give you an increased horsepower number. But that's just this whole chemical thing. It's a bunch of blah, 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 and mumbo jumbo. I don't even have my white coat with me today, so I can't even explain any of those things to you. But I can tell you this much. Stock lift pumps in any form, it doesn't matter what truck that they're on. Most of the time, as far as in the higher end of a fuel regimen, they are going to be inefficient. And that's the long and short of it. You're going to have fuel cavitation, and you're going to have a separation between actual and commanded fuel rail pressure, or it doesn't have to be fuel rail pressure in terms of common rail. It just means there's a difference that can be made up with the addition of a more efficient lift pump. And with that, guys, I've talked myself to death. We're going to cut Wage World short today, or whatever the hell this is we're doing right now, because I need a drink.
I need my water.
No, I need a drink of gin.
Oh, did that hurt you that bad talking about lift pumps? The next question was, which lift pump does he recommend?
I don't have it. We don't do that.
We recommend a lift
pump. Recommend a lift pump, yeah. But I tell you, I will give you, I will drill that down just a little bit. I personally recommend an air separation system, something with any type of added filtration or an air separation system, be it Air Dog, be it Fast, whatever the brand is. That's what I recommend. Also, there's a recommendation on lift pumps for you.
What's a good break-in procedure for a 24 valve?
As far as clutches go, engine goes, and clutch, we get that question all the time. What's a break-in procedure for a clutch? I drive a clutch normally. I drive a clutch very, very normally the first few hundred miles that I drive it. I don't go out and hook it to a tree and just wring its bag off, and that's seating the clutch in. That's ridiculous. Get in your truck and drive your truck normally. There's going to be a certain amount of oils and things that get on from your hands that get on the clutch disc. So there's going to be a slicker surface to the clutch disc. So you're going to want to drive normally. You're not going to want to increase the slip that's on the clutch disc itself, because once you have slipped it too much, you're already it's done at that point. So drive it normal clamp on and off the clutch. For goodness sakes, scoot your seat up, use your entire clutch pedal, and drive the truck normally.
Yeah. The gangster lean does not.
The gangster lean does not help you.
you.
It's not helping us. It's not helping Valeria. It's not helping South Bend, and we would really rather you just scoot your damn seat up and use your entire clutch pedal travel.
2.8 liter Duramax.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's been out a while, what's your thoughts on it?
I haven't got to even ride in one yet. I've studied the technology on the engine and stuff. I love everything that you read on paper, but that's kind of like communism. Looks good on paper, may not work. Everybody that I've seen and I've been reading on the performance stuff, everybody seems to be really, really happy. I don't see how it can't work. Everything on it seems to be efficient, other than the fact that it's an emissions motor.
How much horsepower can you add to a 5.9 Cummins until it starts to become less reliable and more of a liability when towing / daily driving?
That's actually
already have a built transmission.
That's actually a really, really good question. I don't know that it's a number as much as it is a driving style. It really, really comes down to that. And the number is going to bring the host of things that go around it. So let's say 500 horsepower, we're able to stay, and I'm going to talk about it in terms of a clutch. Let's say that your horsepower goal is 500 horsepower, and you get there via tuning and what other small modifications mechanically that you've got to do. The clutch that goes along with that is going to be a finger style, diaphragm style, street dual disc clutch, which is a very, very nice clutch. Some people would consider them to be too noisy, which there's been tons and tons of modifications that have been done to these clutches to quiet them down by all the major manufacturers of them. But there's still going to be a little bit of noise there. That may put you into a situation where when you pull up to a drive-through fast food restaurant, you've got to shut the truck off for that. That's when you start creeping into those things that this isn't what I want. We talk about 4 and 5 inch exhaust all the time, especially in terms of 5.9. A 5.9 guy that puts a 5-inch clutch on it or a 5-inch exhaust on his truck, it's going to be crazy, crazy loud. Stacks are loud. So you got to look at really not so much the horsepower number as the supporting mods around it to whether it's going to be something that you're going to enjoy driving day to day because it's shitty. I mean, really, there's no other way.
That's what I was going to say too.
It's comfort level. Do you want an 800 horsepower truck? Do you want a street sweeper? If you want a damn street sweeper and you want to be able to go out into your town and just bust everybody's butt on a nightly basis, you want to hook it to a sled at your county fair every once in a while. If you're going to do that, God bless you. We want to help you with your adventure as well, but you're not going to be able, if you're the guy that can't have a vibration in his truck when he's driving down the road and it drives him crazy, 800 horsepower is not the target number for you. It's not.
Yeah, it's not even a horsepower number at all. It's
No. So what's your number?
Comfortability.
Comfortability. I don't know. Rigidness was a word I try to use today. I want to attach a number to that man's question, though. I'm going to say 500 horsepower. To me, at 500 horsepower and above is when stuff starts getting squirrely and your wife might not want to ride with you anymore, which some guys tickle the shit out of.
Yeah. And sometimes not even horsepower, it's wheels and tires make you squeak.
That's exactly
like
right.
That. So it's not even necessarily a horsepower modification that
or just an exhaust.
Yeah.
You take a 06 5.9 guy, he's just got to have a damn 5-inch exhaust, and boy, you're trampled.
Yeah, maybe you put a transmission or not a diff cover pan on or something, and the exhaust taps it just a smidge going down the road, and it just drives you crazy.
Yeah. You really got to have a mindset for it. Yeah. You really do.
Both of these are kind of best of questions. Is there any lift pump that might be a little bit better for a 12 valve than another?
They weren't. They were doing some assist pumps that worked in conjunction with the pump that's on the block. I think most of those have gone by the wayside now.
AV and Air Dog and Fast.
Air Dog and Fast, both of them had one. Now only standalones. Yeah.
Will you go into what a standalone pump is just a little bit for my doesn't know?
The standalone pump is going to deliver the 35 psi plus to the injection pump, which is what you're going to need. Is going to bypass the fuel heater and everything, go right to the 7100 injection pump with its fuel supply. So that is definitely going to be something that's my suggestion is to go with standalone.
Best head studs for the money on a 6.7 liter Cummins. It says 2000s question mark.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the 2000s. If you don't plan on having your head off and on 500 times and doing a ton of retorques on them, the ARP 2000s are going to be a good head stud for you. Just follow good clamping procedures, follow good installation procedures. Make sure that you're having your head decked and checked. That is the critical part of this. And check run out on your block, man. You're going to be fine.
You'll have to talk about different transmission levels on this one, but I'll read the question. 04 Cummins, 48 RE, bank 6-gun, cold air exhaust, 22 and a half road tractor tires. Transmission shop has rebuilt the tranny 4 times. Okay. What aftermarket tranny do you recommend?
I'd like to know a little bit about more about what you're doing with the truck, but we carry all the major brands. We carry BD, we carry ATS, we also carry Suncoast. We carry full rebuild kits. We carry torque converters from all the major
It
manufacturers
seems
as
a little
well.
odd. Four rebuilds
Well,
seems a little
Yeah,
excessive.
but you've got to look at, they're probably using stock components and everything. If he's having if you're having a torque converter failure in that and that's contaminating the rest of the system, that could be a problem of it too. So I'd like to know what your failures are and why they haven't been identified. So let's say an upgraded torque converter from any of those manufacturers any of the manufacturers that I listed to you. A good rebuild kit with quality components or a fully built transmission ready to drop in the truck, ready to go. I like them all. I don't have a preference of one over the other. Any of those major manufacturers that I've told you, it's all going to be good. But you've got to get out from underneath of the failure that you're having now. No more rebuilds. You don't want to, if a guy if you go to a transmission shop and he really doesn't know a lot about your truck, it's his own fault for rebuilding your transmission and telling you that you've got a warranty on it. But if you're out beating and banging on the truck and he's put a single disc converter in there and straight up rebuilds and hasn't done any valve body modifications or done anything to help let you have more holding power, and you just keep working through your warranty, that's on that guy, for not doing his due diligence to figure out what you do with your truck. My suggestion is, on this truck specifically, in this platform specifically, you need to do hard parts, billet flex plate. You need to do billet input shaft. You need to do upgraded torque converter. You need to do upgraded transmission. And I would suggest any type of other cooling products added to that to help you with transmission cooling, cooling fans at anything that you can find there, and also deep transmission pan to increase your cooling capacity.
That was a lot.
I need a drink. I don't even drink gin or bourbon or liquor. I'll just drink cold beer every once in a while, but I just need a drink today, man. I hope that my wife's folks are not watching this and now they're watching it going, our son-in-law, he's the devil. I'm not the devil. I'm not taking a drink today. Just some days you just feel like saying, I need a drink.
Yeah, just because you need one doesn't mean you have to
have one. That's right. That's exactly right.
All right. Our manual, i.e. Autometer.
I need $10 million, but I want $10 million, but I don't need $10 million. You know what I mean? I can totally get by with $10, but I need $10 million, or want $10 million.
You're on one today, aren't you?
I need.
Yeah. All right. Our manual, i.e. Autometer gauge, is the only way to monitor EGT, trans temp, and boost on a second-gen 12-valve Cummins. Does CTS make an electronic one that would plug into the OBD2 port and work?
They do, and you can do.
Did they make one that plugs in the OBD2 port and works for this?
Yeah, and then you would do the expansion package from that. So you would do the analog, what I'm going to call the analog expansion package from them. So you will pick up transmission and pressure transmission temperature and pressure sending units for each of the respective things that you need. The CTS would totally be a good one for you. Obviously, Autometer and ITS Pro are both good gauge sets as well, and they're both going to work for them. Autometer's got some really good looking gauges. ITS Pro's got some fantastic looking stuff too.
Edge also, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but Edge also makes a kit so that you don't have to run it through the OBD2 port. You can buy, their 12 volt kit, and you turn it on basically with the key, and then you buy all of your EAS sensors as accessory gauges, and that allows you to monitor it that way without having to do the OBD2 port.
The 12 volt kit is like Adam said, is great too, but your truck's OBD2 capable, so you can run it through the OBD2, and then you can pick up the parameters other parameters that are in the OBD2 system that you can pick up from that. So that's I would go OBD2 for sure in that case. I gotta get a haircut, dog.
You're getting a little fluffy, aren't you?
Yeah.
The silver fox, he's out in full force today.
I just wonder if my hairline's not starting to recede.
I think you're good, dude. All right. Is there any way to quiet down my 5-inch exhaust without taking away any power?
Double up on the mufflers.
That's the only thing we've ever done.
We
tried resonators with mufflers and everything else. The only thing that we ever got to work was double stacking a muffler back to back.
Yeah, and that's not going to hurt your power, but that'll soften up enough of the tone that it's not going to take it all away, man. But it's going to soften it up just a little bit. And in fact, that gentleman that made that comment, can we talk about the power shot?
You want to give that to him?
I do.
Okay. Which comment?
The 5-inch guy.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so today we're giving away a bottle of Power Shot, and this is it, Power Shot. This is our new diesel fuel additive. I'm going to give it to that gentleman for asking us the question about his 5-inch exhaust, because I think that he needs power shot, and I feel his pain, and I understand it, and I fight that every day talking to people about, hey, I bought 5-inch because all my buddies had 5-inch. Now I've got to quieten it down.
It's Corey Beecraft, too.
Corey Beecraft.
That's who you just gave it to. He's the one
Corey
that comes
Beecraft.
on and usually asks about 20 questions about his 6.0 every week.
I wanted to give it to you,
So,
Corey. You're a
glad
good
Corey's
American.
a regular.
Yeah. So, Corey, that's your fuel bag.
Corey, message the page, bud, and we'll get your info and get you your power shot.
Good American, Corey Beecraft.
All right, 6'4", good replacement rockers, and difference between a CP3 and a CP4.
CP4, so CP3 and CP4 is not going to go into all the mechanical differences between the two of them. CP4 is a higher pressure delivery pump. CP3 is a lower pressure pump. There it is, lamest terms between the two, and that's what most fuel guys are going to tell you about it too. A CP3 doesn't have the pressure capabilities as what a CP4 technically does. They wanted the higher pressures from the CP4 to help meet the different tier of emissions regulations in those motors to help us get better atomization out of the fuel and a cleaner burn out of it too. He had another question. CP3, CP4, and I think
Good replacement rockers. 6'4".
I don't have an answer for that. Whatever you find out on that, let me know. I forgot what the brands were on that, so I'd heard somebody say it. But the 6.4 and the 6.0 rockers are crap, and I mean crap with those capital C. If you find something, come back and let us know. Maybe it's a line we can add.
What are the pros and cons of the Edge CTS2 Evolution for an 05 Cummins?
I think pros are just everything in your monitoring capabilities that you're going to get. I don't have any cons.
I mean, the only cons would be is if you had a stipulation that you were wanting to meet out of a tuner and then it just didn't meet that for you. It's actual cons. It's a good tuner. It's a good product. Doesn't have any.
I don't have a con.
No.
I don't have a con to attach to it. I really
Cons
don't.
would be specific to each individual owner.
Yeah.
They're not going to be something that like we can give you a con of it because there isn't one. It's not a bad product.
A con to it versus analog gauges. No. No.
I mean, it's not even a con to it compared to like a Smarty or something. They're different tuners. There's not one thing bad about this one or one thing good about this one. They just offer different things.
Yeah. That's right.
So, let's go to the next one. Can you put in head studs without pulling the head just as a preventative factor on a 6.7 Cummins?
I don't like to, and I hate to give you this answer because I know you're not going to like this answer. A lot of guys will tell you that it can totally be done. I see so many people right now that have problems with head gaskets and want to do drop-in one-by-one replacements on head studs to try to mask a problem that they've already got. If your truck doesn't have a ton of miles on it, yes, you could probably drop in head studs. Probably won't be any problem at all. If you've got quite a few miles on the truck, go on, take the head off, have it decked and checked, check your block run out, prep everything up, and put it back together.
Got a 01 2500 Cummins looking to upgrade front end for longevity. Opinions. What's your opinions on it? I guess daily driver with some off-roading.
For the 01, the video frozen. It looks like I'm having a stroke.
You're still going good on my side.
Well, I'm not having a stroke in case anybody's wondering. I'm back. So the 01 comes the ball joints that we offer from Dynatrack, and Dynatrack actually doesn't do an upgraded ball joint for the 01 trucks. I like the Moog ball joints. I think those are good ball joints. The BD track bar upgrade for the 01 is a great addition to the front end. Luke's Links does some good stuff as well. You might check them out. We don't carry Luke's Links, but it's also a good addition. Pretty much that.
A fellow named Rob wants to know why you won't ever wave to him on Bryan Station Road.
I passed Rob on Bryan Station?
I guess. That's all he said. Why don't you ever wave to me on Bryan Station? Are you sleep driving?
Driving by feel.
Yeah.
Shit, I got to figure out who Rob is.
Yeah.
What's Rob's last name?
LeBrun.
Hey, buddy, if you're waving to me on him or Bryan Station, I thought I was waving to everybody, but I'm missing you, man. I'm waving at you.
Some guy got on the YouTube comments today. Me and Wade got the biggest kick out of this. Wade waves at everybody.
I wave at all.
It was in a YouTube video where we did, and Wade was just waving to everybody down the road. And the guy said, "Is this dude the mayor of this town or something? He is waving at everyone." And yeah, Wade is kind of the mayor of Winchester.
Rob, lately I have been driving around on Hume and Bryan Station Road trying to figure out who in the hell stole my weed eater. So I've been doing a little, like that. So man, I apologize. I'm gonna start waving to everybody. What do you drive, man? Let me know. So,
Yeah.
if you're the guy that drives the daggone Duramax, I have been waving at you. Never mind, forget it.
Will a DPF back exhaust make any difference in power or exhaust tone on a 2014 6.7 Cummins?
Yes and yes. Yes and yes, and I can't discuss any of this.
DPF back.
Oh.
I know we don't ever get those. This
I'm
guy's
sorry.
shooting straight.
I apologize. Horsepower gain, I don't think that you're going to really gain anything. You are definitely going to get a different tone in the vehicle. Some of them are actually muffler deletes, but the tone of it is very, very good. Don't let that scare you from it. So yeah, absolutely. You're definitely going to get a tone change. I don't think you're going to get a horsepower change. It's going to be see the pants feel, but it might be something we can pick up on a dyno, maybe 2 to 5 horsepower.
Do you carry S369 SXE turbos?
Yes.
For second gens yet?
Yes. We have them in the BD offering, and I was getting ready to screw the whole shoot match up there. They can message us or call in, and I can get them taken care of.
So we don't have them on the site yet?
I think they're up on site.
They might be?
Yeah, I think they are.
I'll check after the video.
The S369 SXE, I'm pretty sure BD's kit's released and out, ready to go.
I'll check after the video, Jake, and if I find a link, I'll send it to you, buddy.
We don't have box Borg, which is something that maybe someday will change.
2008 Dodge 6.7 tranny temp sensor. Is there a big difference between the factory one or in the pan?
Is there a difference between what is reported to the ECM by the ECM and the one that's in the pan? No, not really. I don't think the delta will be maybe 10 degrees, Adam, honestly. He wants to know what the difference would be if we had the sensor in the pan versus the one that's actually in the transmission. Gotcha. I don't think the delta would be more than 10 degrees. Jake was his name. Is that right?
No, that's Eric. That's a different guy.
Yeah, or Eric. Sorry.
Let me refresh. It's not whatever they have done the update in the past month. It will not load the new comments on there for me. I have to close the video down and refresh.
It's 3:30, baby. Take one more question, guys, and I'm gonna turn the phone off for the question because nobody called in today. I wish you guys would get back in to call in, but that's okay.
Crap ton of questions that just were sitting there. Rob drives a silver Cummins, but usually I'm mowing right by the railroad tracks. He says so. Rob knows where you live.
Hell yeah, he does. He's mowing by the railroad tracks?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Yes. I got you. Yeah, sorry. I got you. Yeah. I got it. That's my fault. Rob, I apologize, man. You're right, and I'll do better.
Rob, do you want me to tell you what the problem is? Wade wasn't wearing his glasses that day. That's really what the problem was.
My head's probably shoved so far up my ass, it's not even funny, man. I apologize. Now, I might stop by and check with you and see if you figured out if you saw the guy that stole my weed eater. Blue minivan, crackhead, skinny guy.
We've narrowed it down to a blue minivan.
They were in a blue minivan. I have dragged that out of Ellie. They were in a blue minivan, and then when they came back and broke in my barn, they were in a maroon 4-door old Chevrolet car, like an old Impala.
We've got a lot to discuss at the end of this video.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rob, if you've seen them, man, stop by the farm, see me there.
There's a lot of questions.
That's right. Let's take a few more.
I don't even know which one to do, so let's just wrap it up. Unless you just want to answer.
Let's take one more.
Okay. What would a 2000 Cummins lug/run? What would make a 2000 Cummins lug or run rough when idling? It runs great when driving down the road.
Runs rough or lugs when idling?
Yep.
That's a very odd one.
Yep.
I'd like to know a little bit leading up to it. What's your fuel pressure? Have you done injectors recently, or anything of that nature? Maybe you've got a feed tube.
Yeah. So let me follow that up, Jeremy. We're not ready to shut down this video.
Need some more information.
Give us a call. I don't know that Wade will necessarily be available today or tomorrow to answer your call, but one of the guys up front can walk you through it. So the number on the screen is not the number to call because that one turns off at the end of the video. It's 866-737-4966. If you don't remember that, just click the Facebook page and it's on there. You can call that way. So Wicked Wheel 2, what are your thoughts? I need better low-end spool for a Borg 366 on a 2004 595 speed.
You're going to get a little bit of low-end pickup there too, a little bit quicker and snappier response from the turbo, but really by design you're mostly going to get more efficient airflow at the sweet spot of the power band. I mean that's really what you're getting. So you might be better served in trying a different exhaust housing for low end power than you would be going with a different impeller wheel. So impeller wheel for moving a little bit better air at the sweet spot.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back hopefully again next week. We're going to cut these down to 30-minute episodes a week, so be ready at 3. Get on here and get your questions going early next time. So thanks for watching.
Thanks,
bye,
guys.
Wade.
Bye, Wade.